Hey guys, Matt here. Just wanted to do a quick deck tech video. I know that this contest, I believe it ends tomorrow, and I haven't even looked at the criteria, so I apologize if I'm breaking any of the rules, and if I am, well, there'll just be a deck tech video out there on the internet. So I'm actually going to be doing one that similar to basically the deck I played at the championship, which was Nubia. Honestly, I came from Magic 20 plus years ago and loved the control type of deck. I'm gonna remove this foil one because it's got some glare. But for the people who don't know Nubia, she has a basic swift attack of 1, and her main ability is that she gets to draw an extra card each round. And so from a control perspective, for myself, I love the idea of having extra cards. Extra cards is always power in any kind of game. Gives you some advantage, and so what I did was I really wanted to build this deck around using that advantage, and ironically enough, I kind of built the core of this deck before having really seen anybody else play with Nubia or play with this, but it's testament to the fact that there's some really strong cards that you can play. So when you're building these decks, just keep in mind you have to have 250 chi. In the top corner there, in the top of the card, you'll see the chi value. Sorry, my camera's not focusing. But we've got 3 chi for the Kabus. And so Kabus, I'm just going to go through some of the back-ends first. I was actually contemplating playing a creatureless deck. Unfortunately, there's just some creatures in here that are just so powerful and work with the strategy. And so I've actually put in 3, 4, 5 copies of Kabus. And the reason I have so many is that it's a 3 chi. It's an easy card to bring out because it costs only discarding a card, and I have so many cards coming that I can afford to do it. And when you get to some of the other cards in the deck, you'll see why they're pretty useful. And I love having swift attacks. To support my beckons, I have put the Stone Protector of Knee in the deck as well. And so this one actually is awesome because it basically, once you get it on the board, if you can get this out first round, you can either use it to start teleporting your champion or one of your summons around, and it becomes very powerful to evade any kind of damage if someone's doing something. And so I've actually put 3 Stone Protector of Knees in there. Everyone loves the Chrono Walker, not Chronomancer. The Chrono Walker is probably one of the best summons in the game. And so with a 6 chi value and 6 hit points, this thing's a beast, and it allows you to basically avoid a blow from your opponents. Man, this lighting is horrible. And so basically, I only run one of them just because I find that I wasn't actually drawing it or needing to use it, and I'd rather have more room for some other stuff, which I'll show you shortly here. And so of course the main summon in my deck is the Angel of Retribution, and even though it's got an 8 chi, I'm actually running 5 copies of this because it's just so powerful. Getting 1 or 2 of these out on the board, usually as long as your opponent is not able to play a meteorite or getting close and use a tsunami or something, usually these things will survive. And once you have the Stone Protector out to help save this thing, it's a good combo. So in order to support this, I actually wanted to just kind of show you the rest of the cards here real quick. So the River Knee to me is like kind of an essential one that every time you move onto the spot, the summon or the champion will gain a life. And so if you can drop one of these really early on, you actually get the ability to like increase your hit points for Kabus, increase your hit points for the Stone Protector, the Angel, and really get them out of meteorite range for the Angels, and give them some longevity there. But additionally, it forces your opponent to come at you, and that's when you can really make some good moves. So some of the support cards that I had, I'm just going to get all the non-attack action ones here. So I run Diabolical Roars. A lot of people aren't pretty, they don't favor this card, but the ability to kind of discard a card from your opponent when you have a card advantage is beneficial to me, and it's got the 2 forward awareness, and it's only 3 chi, 6 aura to cause your opponent to discard a card. So if I'm in close, I'll usually try to force a discard before I do anything on my turn, just to make sure that I'm not going to get kind of surprised. The next one here is shut down, and so shut down essentially negate a target cast ability. So, you know, if somebody casts something at me, that's going to be detrimental. I can use this. Honestly, I don't use it that often, and I only run 1 copy, so that's probably why. But the good thing is if I'm not anywhere close to my opponents, it's a throwaway card to bring out a Kabus. So nothing's wasted. And same thing with Pressure Point. I'm not really a huge fan of it. I run it just in case someone gets really aggressive and gets in my face. I have the ability to kind of negate their technique. But again, if I'm playing from a distance with my champion, this is a useless card. But again, I can just feed it to Kabus to bring out Kabus. So I have 3 of those in there. And these are 3 chi cards. So a lot of them are designed to be throwaways for Kabus, to tell you the truth. Then I have Dedicated Studies, which just helps me filter through and get to the angels as fast as I can. And so I've got 3 of those in there. And then Temporal Relocation. I love this card. I think this is so versatile. So I'm going to try to give a better view here. Place a target in Temporal Relocation's awareness on any spot facing any direction. And so if I have an angel in front of me and someone goes to do something to attack it, or even if they don't go to attack it before the end of the round or something, I can actually swift this in behind or beside one of theirs. If they beckon something and they're like 4 squares away, I can bring that angel or the Chrono Walker or whatever I want. I can bring that right to the opponent or right to that beckon and take it out, you know, and make sure that I can, you know, keep my angels alive. And it's also something that I can use defensively to save my angels or to relocate another summon. So if someone's got a powerful summon that's very slow, I can move it to the far corner of the board. So I run 2 of those. I'm thinking of trying to figure out to run some more of those actually, because I think that's a really versatile card. And then get into sort of the damage dealing, the spell slinging part of it. And so I've got Left Hook here. So this is again a 3 chi kind of, you know, it's okay if you're in close, but if not, it can always be a throwaway to Kabus. And I've got 2 of those. I've got Gust, which allows me to push a target. So again, it's an evasive, but it also does some damage. I've got 2 of those. Searing Light, which allows me to do 2 damage to a target with awareness of 2 in front. So that's pretty useful. You know, for when I'm two tiles away, trying to end the game. These are the types of spells that you're using here. Be using those. And a Wind Slash, same thing. 2 tile awareness, doing 2 range attack. And then we get into Tsunami, which of course I did not put into my forethoughts or sideboard during the tournament, but it didn't really stop anything. It's still useful, even if there's no summons with the opponent, I can always just, you know, again, feed the Kabus or use it still to do 3 damage to the champion, but it's pretty expensive just for doing that. And I've got 3 of those in the deck, and then I've got Subjugation Strike. I love this, probably my favorite card for the damage. It does involve you getting up close, but it's also something that basically your opponent has to be very wary of getting close to you, because when they do, this will happen. And so partnering this with the Stone Protector really allows me to teleport in close and then do something like this as a swift. So I've got 4 of those in here. And then, of course, the Almighty Bolt Shot. If you don't know what that does, you haven't been playing Genesis, and you got to figure it out, because that's probably the most played card. When the camera focuses here, I've got 6 of these in the deck. Got this beautiful foil one. Essentially, it does 4 damage though, and it's got a awareness of 2. And so that's kind of my deck. I find that when I'm playing, I'm always, you know, for no matter what, when I'm trying to play test with some other decks I've tried to build, I can't beat this thing. I think Kun has the best chance, but I think Nubia is always going to be a force to be reckoned with. And if you like this, feel free to comment or let me know what you would change. And thanks a lot, and take care.